reality is boring. You and your fantasies belong on Avatar. If you want what you imagine, today's the day to have a talk. To Avatar on Avatar.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of our podcast, Ever Talk, where we explore powerful stories, forward thinking ideas, and the people shaping the future of our digital world. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce a truly dynamic guest, Miss LizHarry, with me, a Web3 educator, community builder, mental health advocate who is passionate about empowering individuals both online and offline. Through her work, she bridges technology and humanity, helping people understand the evolving world of Web3 while reminding us of all the importance of emotional well being and authentic connection in the digital age. She is someone who not only builds communities but also nurtures them with empathy, purpose, and knowledge. Get ready for an insightful conversation filled with wisdom, reflection, and innovation. So let's welcome Liz on the board. Hi, Liz, how are you?
Hi Eva, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm great, and trust me, I'm feeling so honored that having you on here, and I'm gonna do your interview.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. When you reached out, I was like, oh my God. It's a pleasure to be honored in this way, and it's something that I just felt like, oh no, I just need to be here, and I've been waiting, anxiously waiting for 1 week, and I'm just so
Oh,
excited to be here today.
so I'm equally excited as well because you're amazingly talented person. So let's start with your journey. What inspired you to create the parlor, and what kind of conversations or change did you hope to spark through it?
Okay, thank you. That's a good question.
Thank you.
The parlor was inspired by the needs for a safe space, to
All right.
create some place where people can reflect and feel free to talk about the challenges that they face on a daily basis, ranging from work issues to relationship issues. So I was on this space. I took a break from X, Twitter. Then it used to be Twitter, and
Yeah.
for about 2 years, and I decided to come back to X this year.
Yeah.
And I was on this space, and the question was asked about having sex,
Ah.
and a lot of people were just afraid to answer this question or to talk about that topic because it's not a topic that people like to talk about in the open. And so
Yeah.
I spoke about it, and I gave my perspective on that. And somebody from the speaker section said, Liz, you know what? I think you should teach us about these issues, about relationship, love making, and stuff like that. And that was it. That was
Yeah.
just what I needed. That was the inspiration that I needed. And
Well,
so
that's quite unique and that's brilliant.
yeah, I mean, I had trained as a psychological therapist and centering on mental health and recovery from trauma. And I
Oh,
practiced a bit. Yeah, I practiced a bit when I was in Kenya. I volunteered in Kenya for the women and girls at the slums of Kenya in Nairobi. And so I had those skills. And of course, I've used those skills to help people in my life, my friends, and walk through my personal relationships. But I thought, hey, I have these skills, so people need them. So why don't I start up something that can help people using the knowledge and the skills that I have? So I think after the Web3 space is a huge space, and it can be noisy, it can be exhausting. And so I thought, okay, why can't I just combine this with my Web3, knowledge, and also my Web3 skills, and see how I can help people, even also in Web3, who need a place to just go take a break and take some deep breath and have some reflection. So that was what motivated me to starting this space. So I wanted,
Amazing.
yeah, I wanted to create a community that we can have conversations. And we've had a lot of interesting conversations ranging from mental health, well-being, self-worth, the meaning of love, setting healthy boundaries, consent, suicide, and several other topics.
All right, it we're gonna benefit a lot of people then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. As an educator and community builder, how do you see education and community support playing a role in improving mental health and relationships today?
Yeah, I think education and community building work hand in hand.
Yeah,
Because if you're a community builder, you need to understand people. You need to understand the needs of those people that you want to belong in your community. And so I believe that education and community support are very fundamental to human beings, whether it's in a workplace or if you meet someone as a stranger, and most especially being together in a community where you have people from different cultural backgrounds, different experiences, and all of those stuff. So you need to be really educated on how to handle all of these differences that everyone brings. So education helps in promoting and creating awareness, and it also brings an open mind to accepting what the gifts and the challenges that everyone is able to bring into the community. It creates a safe space, and it provides that kind of mentor and also emotional support for the members of the community. So education,
great.
yeah, plays a vital role in community building.
All right. So, as you mentioned earlier, the parlor focuses on relationship issues, right? So, what are some
Yeah.
recurring themes or challenges you notice people struggling with the most?
Most of my spaces are attended with, I have a large following of people um, from Nigeria mostly. And
All right.
I have some followers from Uganda, Kenya, but mostly the Nigerian community is mostly very active and always present on my spaces, even though I have people attending from the US and other continents, but mostly that. So when you get to interact with these people, you realize that there are certain things that are deemed as taboo, and
Yeah.
so people do not like to talk about, especially when talking about relationship issues and mental health well-being. If you were to tell somebody from Europe to talk about mental health, oh yeah, they respect that. They know, oh yes, we need to take care of our mental health. But if you were to tell somebody in Nigeria, for example, to go for therapy, they are gonna tell you, "Are you crazy? I'm okay. Nothing is wrong with me." And so you find that there are a lot of people who have some issues, who are going through certain challenges in life, but they think these things are a normal part of being a human being. And so they do not take them seriously. So I've realized that one issue that has faced a lot of people that have been on my spaces and I've gotten to talk to is the openness, the ability, the willingness to share openly about what's going on with them, holding back their feelings, and trying to be open is always difficult for some people. And so we try to focus on helping them navigate through their issues, yeah, and how they can openly talk about all of these issues.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand. There must be so many cases, different cases that confuses you and that needs special attention.
Yes, yes. I need to be very sure. I don't want to give the wrong information, and it's a
Yeah,
big thing. Oh yeah. Oh
that's
yeah.
so very good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So last week we talked about divorce.
Ah.
Um, Divorce is something that is not very common in the African continent. People would rather
Oh,
stay in marriage. Yeah, people would rather stay in a marriage and die. Unfortunately, a lot of people are going through abusive relationship, but they cannot get out because the Bible
that's quite
says this.
unfortunate.
Exactly. Because the Bible says this, the church says this, yeah, tradition says this, and so people would rather stay in a marriage that is not working them, it's not serving them. And so we looked at so many different perspectives. We heard from people from the US, people from all over the world, and also I used the Ecuadorian culture as an example. And yeah, so we try to talk about that. So yes, those are some of the issues that I see a lot of people are facing.
Okay, so how do you balance being both a mental health advocate and a community leader, especially when the work itself can be emotionally heavy for you?
Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you how I feel some days. you know,
Yeah, it
some
must be
days,
hard.
yeah, yeah, some days are hard, and especially when I'm not emotionally strong. When you
Mhm.
are the person who is always there for people, always giving people the your listening ears, and people think you have it all figured out, and people think you don't have your own issues, your own problems. Like a few days on Tuesday, I had a space scheduled. I like to schedule my spaces. I had my Web3 space scheduled, and I woke up that Tuesday, and my brother was unconscious in the hospital. And so he almost died, but luckily
Oh,
he's okay now. Yeah. So when I received that news in the morning, I was broken. I didn't know what to do, but then I didn't want to disappoint my people, my mutuals. I didn't want to cancel the space because I hate disappointment. So I managed, and
oh,
I
that's
tried to.
amazing of you. That's very generous. I appreciate.
Is You're welcome. So I managed, and I held the space for 1 hour. And when it was over, I just had to shut down. And I've been kind of, I mean, my brother is okay right now, but some days can be very hard, especially when I'm working. I work, I need to pay my bills. X doesn't pay my bills. So all of the things I do on X, I do them for free. And I do not charge people for listening to them, sharing their problems with me, and all of that. I do all of that because I want to support them, and I want to be there for them. And so sometimes it can be hard. It can be so hard emotionally. And
Yeah.
when I feel like, hey, I just need to take a break. And the Web3 space can be exhausting if you don't take
Mm-hmm.
care. I had to take a break from Web3 in 2023 because I needed to go take care of my mental health. I was
Mm-hmm.
beginning to be affected by, the toxic environment and all of that. So I know what that can do to a person. And
Yeah,
so
or
that's
we
why.
can say that take much care of yourself because you are playing a role of, spark in a society. So take care of yourself as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's something I'm learning. In the past, I used to give it all. Like I used to give my 100% energy out there. And then when I
Ah,
had nothing to give out,
you'll
it kind
definitely
of,
get a reward back. Yeah, I am sure about it.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
Liz, yeah, Liz, I want to ask that in your experience, what are some misconceptions people have about healthy relationships, whether romantic, platonic, or within communities?
Yeah, that's a very good question because we were actually talking about it the other day. I was in a space, and there was a topic about menstruation. A lot of people, oh my God, I can't imagine people talk like that. Mostly men, anyways, talked about so disgustingly about menstruation, how they think menstruation is disgusting, and when they have a partner, once the partner is menstruating, the partner
Yeah.
shouldn't come to their house because they are gonna stain their bed, stain their sheets, and all of that. And it was so sad to see how people have act that way towards somebody they claim to be to love, to be in a relationship with.
Oh,
And if
I must say
somebody
that that's ignorance. That's lack of education and knowledge in here.
is
Because we are not
exactly
educating our generation, our so-called men about menstruation and everything, the issues related to women. And these problems are arising, new issues that are very hard to handle.
exactly, you're right. So yes, people. I mean, I tell people that. Okay, I think I'm beginning to hear myself. Okay, I've always said that people love the idea of being in love, but they actually do not want to be in love. So when it comes to doing the work, being committed and caring for the other person, they do not have what it takes to be that. They just have that love, that idea that, hey, I want to be in love, I want to be in a relationship, whether it's platonic, romantic, or any other relationship at all. And so most times people who are in a relationship are selfish, and they feel like
Oh,
if you're in a relationship, you don't have to give in your best, you don't have to look out for what the other person needs, and it's just what I need. And I see this a lot, often times where you see mostly the woman giving more than what the other person is giving back. And we've always talked about this a lot. Take for example, especially in those communities that I hang out with on X, where a man, the role of a man is just to provide financially, while the woman does all the other house chores and does everything in the family. So
yeah,
providing alone does not make you a father. Providing alone does not make you a husband. It doesn't make you a partner, but it depends on the quality time you're able to spend with your family, spend with the person you're in a relationship with. And
yeah,
that makes a whole lot of difference. That you can give me money, but that money is not gonna bring me that fulfillment. Maybe some people that brings them fulfillment, but if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I want to be there for you. I want you to be there for me. I want us to talk about, some important issues disturbing humanity and all of those stuff. So if you are not able to do all of those things, and then you think providing money or giving me gifts is enough, then I think people push themselves too hard these days, trying to please the other person and then forget about themselves. So you cannot say you love someone if you don't love yourself, which is a misconception that people have these days. They
exactly.
think by loving somebody they are doing them justice, but you are not doing yourself some justice. You need to love yourself first to be able to love the other person, whether it's a romantic relationship or being in a community, because you need
Exactly.
to also take care of yourself. Just like you have said, Liz, you need to take care of yourself before
Yeah.
you can bring positive energy to that community.
Exactly. You should look for yourself first and you should love yourself first. So, with this message, I'm going to take a very, very short break and we'll be back soon and resume the whole process of podcast. And stay tuned. We'll be back soon.
Okay.
At Meta Rivers, we're not just building a virtual world, we're celebrating the real, the authentic, the talented souls who show up with passion, creativity, and honesty. People like you. Artists, storytellers, dreamers, explorers, connecting beyond the screen and bringing life to the metaverse. If that's you, join us on Avatalk, our podcast where we share stories from the people behind the avatars. Whether you're creating, performing, or simply vibing in the virtual world, your voice matters. Want to be featured? Find us on Discord, social media, or visit our website. Links are in the description. Meta Rivers, real connections, virtual space, infinite possibilities.
is boring. You and your fantasies belong on Avatar. If you want what you imagine, today's the day to have a talk. To Avatar on Avatar.
Hi viewers, so we're back from the short break. Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Liz. It's definitely very motivating. So Liz, you have built a space for open dialogue and emotional honesty. How do you encourage people to engage vulnerably without feel fear of judgment?
Okay, that's a good question. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you.
I'm having a lot of fun here. So yes, my spaces are usually free of judgment, and they are safe space for people to share without being judged. So we listen, and we do not attack. So we listen and we do not correct. And we
Oh.
do not respond in a way, in the opposite way. Even if you do not agree with what somebody said, you say your opinion without saying, "Hey, I disagree with you," ever. So that way,
Mm.
people feel welcome, people feel heard, and people feel respected. And so we give everybody the opportunity to speak as much as they can, and we do not respond in a way that we want to disagree with them or we want to make them feel bad.
Amazing. Great. Liz, can you share a moment or story from the parlor that deeply impacted you or confirmed why this work is so important?
Oh yes, I remember a space we had on suicide. And suicide is something that a lot of people do not talk about or
Ah.
are afraid to talk about. And so I have had one or two suicidal thoughts in the past. And so I thought it was okay, nice to talk about this topic. And then we had somebody on the space who was going through suicidal thoughts at that moment because of his health issues. He had a lot of health challenges and he ended up being amputated with both his legs. And so the only result for him was wanted to take his life. But then he came across the space on this particular day. So he joined and then we supported him. And we also, somebody volunteered to help him navigate through financial challenges. And so that was like a moment I felt so proud of myself and everyone on that space that day, and also proud of this person for coming up to share his experiences. And so I think he's fine. I mean, he can never be fine because his
Oh.
life has been messed up, but at least that day we were able to touch somebody's life, and that reinforces my desire to keep this space going. Even when I feel so low and so down, I remember that moment and I'm like, hey, Liz, you don't know who you are going to help today, so keep the space going.
All right. Whoa, that gave me goosebumps. so, so looking ahead, what's your vision for the parlor and for the broader conversation around mental health and relationships in our communities?
Yeah, so my dream is to make this space one of the biggest spaces on X, and also
Okay.
try to take it outside X. Currently, I've tried to have a YouTube channel where
Oh, that's
we
great.
yeah, we post some of the spaces for those who are not able to join us at that particular time due to work schedules or some reasons beyond their control. And I'm also trying to have a TikTok account where we can extend the space to TikTok because there's a lot of people over there, young people, who need some mental health awareness. If some of us had these when we were growing up, things wouldn't have been so bad the way we had it. And so the younger generation mostly spend time on TikTok. So I've been trying to see how I can build my audience on TikTok and see how we can extend the community beyond X, because it seems like a lot of people are just interested in making money on X and nobody is interested in taking a moment to sit down and take a deep breath. And so extending it to other platforms would be a good idea. And also, if I can, maybe I can create a place, a physical place building in the future where I will be able to be there physically for people to support them. And so, yeah, I have a lot of aspirations for this. And I hope that one day I will be able to achieve all of this.
Amazing. Wish you very good luck for your future endeavors. It was amazing having you here. And now I would like to request my viewers to hit the like button, share the video, and comment us about the suggestions you want to give. Thank you,
Mhm.
Liz. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ava, for this. It feels like a therapy session for me. I needed this. I needed to talk about this because this is actually the first time.
Share our
we-
video once it's edited. You can share that in your platform as well, so that people
Yeah,
know that what services you're offering, because it's quite beneficial.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon and a good day ahead. Thank you.